True. I mean, the sustainability there, the poke is there, and just the ability to harass, right? From what I'm seeing from Fireflux right now, they look like they want to be the aggressors. Again, this is what I've seen that they decided to do quite a bit. From what I've seen is that they push Blacklist against the wall. They want to put as much pressure as they possibly can on them and to not allow any breathing room, and hopefully forces Blacklist International to make mistakes. Now, I feel like that's what the CC can do. It again has this sustainability, can poke you and keep you at bay, and it also make you think about a decision if you want to go after them or not. I do. Again, you said the Brody pickup's pretty good. Now, the question I have is, what are they gonna do?
Oh, disgusting.
Whoa!
How do they answer that?
Hold up here. We just got the Estes by Blacklist International on the scene. You were talking about it, the Ube strat. It's a little wild now. We're seeing it with different people on Blacklist International. How can Fireflux respond to this?
That's the real question, right? They do have the Claude already, so that helps a little bit. I was gonna say, do they just go something tanky? Go for something like the Fredrin here? Similar to how you would use the Claude to deal with the Netherrealm from Fermis, but it's a lot of
Again, nobody can pierce their back line from the side of Fireflux, right? Nobody's going to touch Brody. Oheb's going to be impossible to grab, and that's how I see Blacklist International. Fireflux, they're going to have to figure that out, right? The response. They're going to, again, if they're going to be pressuring Blacklist International with such an aggressive comp here, we need to see them find the back line. So I need to see pinpoint precision from Fireflux. They need to be controlling the river as much as possible to keep Blacklist International at bay. And we're already kind of seeing the pressure being applied by Fireflux here.
Yeah, here's the problem though. Blacklist International, with that Estes, they're looking for that mid-game spike. They're looking for that mid to late game spike even. So I almost want to see Fireflux not just protect, not just stay on the river, but get aggressive early on. And there's a little bit of aggression up top. Haji is going to get the heal onto Hoheb there. Sunshine not able to get any final hits. But if Haji keeps babysitting up here, protecting Oheb, Fireflux might have to answer that, or Sunshine is going to have a problem. We're going to need to see Apex 47 run up there as well. But now Sensui into the backside, going to get the heavy spin. On to Alien. Alien going to get pinned. This is bad. Will he be able to get away? No. Sensui getting the first blood.
That was a great play. That was a great play by Blacklist International. Now, one thing I also want to set the scene for is that, yeah, Blacklist International has this sustainability Ube strat team comp, and I like it, right? But Kai could displace his team if the heavy spins are used incorrectly by Blacklist International. So we got to keep an eye on that. If Fireflux can just apply so much pressure and make them make mistakes, it could be huge. We can already see a gank happening down here in the EXP.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see Blacklist make any huge mistakes. That's a wish and a prayer for Fireflux here. I think they got to outclass them here, man. They got to just play better at this point. Alien already a little bit behind, not even level 4 yet. But Fireflux still goes for the zone. Ooh. A nice IMU, but Rosa goes down for it, takes a Molina Blitz to the face. Fireflux now maybe forced to back off here. They still want to fight for the turtle. Tienzi holding position as Edward pushes back Alien. The rest of the team goes down, but the Appraisal's Wrath lands and does nothing. God. They lose turtle and are pinned to the wall. Sensui makes the play to grab the turtle.
I mean, I suspected Fireflux to be the aggressor here, but Blacklist International is showing that they have complete control over this river here. Fireflux gonna have to kind of think about their situation. The Nana is just putting on so much damage at this point, and it's only 3 minutes into the game. We're 2-0, kind of taking a look at some of the items. Of course, the magic penetration boots picked up by Nana. And again, if the Estes keeps roaming like that, there's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
what? Oh man, Alien.
Edward, man. That Paquito is gonna start hurting. This is not the time you want to go up against it. One of the biggest level 4 spikes in the game. I mean, this guy is packing a punch quite literally. Alien still wants to fight for it, get that last minute, but Edward's gonna flicker in, take the fight under the tower and get the kill. A beautiful play by Edward.
And we just heard the crowd go wild just slightly there. It was quite a gritty play by Edward, but it came out on top, and we can see a huge play at top.
Oh, up in the top, a little bit of trouble for Oheb, but the heal is enough. Sensui now here to help out. TNZ gonna get pinned against the wall. Dropsy Peril's Wrath, but still not enough damage. Fireflux looking for something. Apex 47 gonna try to lock up Sensui, but now they're on the run, and Blacklist is on the hunt. Molina Blitz comes out from road there, able to stun them up a little bit. Sensui, though, still staying aggressive. Apex 47 trying to help out. Sensui taking his time. Blacklist International maybe want to go for some gold plating here. Apex 47 going to lock up Sensui. Sunshine forced the BMI out. They just want to try to defend this tower as long as they can. Blacklist International finally walking away.
I mean, Blacklist International has the gold plating off of the EXP and off of the gold at this point. Economically, they are sound, right? They are controlling the map here. Fireflux has to respond to this at some point. Constantly, Blacklist is like flowing into Fireflux, which is wild. Normally, when you flow into them, you're the one that get punished, but not this time around. So I feel like Fireflux has to change some things up here. We are seeing our first turtle rubber band match starting to engage here, and it looks like they are kind of just waiting and baiting it here, Trex.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist doesn't have to rush it, right? They can wait for their teammates to clear waves. They can wait for everybody to get here. Fireflux is the one at the deficit. Sunshine gonna go try to clear and macro up this mid lane. Rosa there as well.
Oh my
TNZ.
God.
Oh my, this little girl, Nana, is going to be a problem, and teams need to start respecting it. Literally, we're only 5 minutes in, and the damage is already insane, as you said. But Sensui going to hold down the turtle here. Oheb going to take a tower on the boss side. Edward zoning away Apex 47. There's nothing Fireflux can do right now.
They are at a disadvantage at this point, that is for sure. I feel like they need to step back just a little bit, stop being so aggressive into Blacklist, as it's not the response that you want to go with. I think taking more the tactical approach is what Fireflux wants to do at this point, and they need to get picks somewhere. It's 5-0. Take something, Fireflux. And we can kind of take a look at some of the items. We can already see this could be why that it's taken Fireflux a little bit longer to come online. They are building a lot of anti-heal, and that is respectable, right? Building that into the Estus is what you need to do, and I think maybe into the mid to the late game, if it does make it there, is where they're trying to aim for. And again, if they can keep Blacklist International at bay, I think that is their ultimate move here.
Yeah, they're going to cut the lane, though. Take another tower. That's 2 towers down for Fireflux, and Blacklist is not slowing the pace at all. Sensui going to cut another one. Take some yo-yos to the face there. That's okay, because they're going to whittle away at a tier 2 already. We're only 6.5 minutes in. I'm glad that Fireflux isn't being too reactionary. They are trying to make plays elsewhere. They're going to clear the mid lane. They got to deal with Edward, who cleared that lane as well. Fireflux has taken a tower on the boss side, so making a little something, but now Apex maybe looking for a play here. Rosa and TNZ there as well. They don't want to force it, though.
That was a great combo between the Retri and the Molina throw, but you can see Fireflux being too aggressive once again. Will they get caught? It doesn't look like it just yet. 18 seconds on the next turtle. They want to make a move.
Yeah, nice. I'm offended. Comes in. Apex 47 not able to secure a kill for his team, though. Fireflux does gain a little bit of ground there. Able to relieve some breathing space, but still they've lost so much up top, and they're going to have to continuously send someone up there to clear that wave.
And I was wondering about that. I was like, did you overstay your welcome into that mid lane to try to make a play? And they didn't get too greedy, so I like it. I do think that they need to be able to make a play here for this turtle, though, Trex. There's just, man, at least they got one on the board so far.
Yeah, Edward's one we got to keep our eyes on. He is deadly right now. Key position. Does look like Tianzi's going to maybe go back for the orange buff. No, he knows he knows the turtle's going to melt down too fast. Instead, they change pace. Go for Edward. Find the kill. Can Tianzi get to the turtle in time? A lot of damage. Does land down. Sensui able to take the turtle, but Yue on the run. An alien picks up the kill. Finally, Fireflux making a fight back. Sensui used the heavy spin just to disengage. Haji able to get the heal. But wait, watch, conceal play. Apex 47 looking for a target here. Gets a nice shot onto Sensui there. Alien finally starting to scale. Tenzi able to get the stun. Sensui still up though, down to about half health under the mid tower. Fireflux taking the fight back to him with a 3,000 gold deficit.
4 people on Sensui with Haji's help was just It was too much for them. They don't have the burst just yet. But again, I think that's going to be coming into the mid game. I felt like they were losing a little in the early game because they had to build that anti-heal. They have to prep for what's going to be coming into the future, and that is major team fights with an Estes on the field. And we can already see Blacklist trying to now respond back to the aggression Fireflux did utilize there. And again, I think they need to kind of focus on more neutral objectives, though.
Blacklist, man, the way they're moving around the map right now, just this position is the same thing they just did to the top lane, right? It's the same exact thing they did to the top lane. They come up, Sensui cuts behind the tower, gives enough space for the rest of the team to take the tower. They're not going in for fights, but wait, Apex 47 wants the fight, but they pull in the pinball, knocking everybody back. Sensui able to get his team away to safety. Blacklist International got what they came for. They completely crumbled both off lanes and just opened up the map for themselves.
You know, I almost feel like Fireflux is playing capture the flag at this point. It's more of how can they get to Haji at this point? Can they take out the Estes is their sole goal? And then the moment you see them attack, all of Blacklist kind of surround Haji into like a circle. And it's just nasty. And Fireflux is trying every aspect, taking every route they possibly can to try to take out Haji. Now, we're going to see that coming into the very first Lord. I do think this is like, there is a good economical lead for Blacklist International, but the first Lord could be the breathing room Fireflux needs. So I feel like they really need to contest this. And if they can get a pick here, it'd be big.
Yeah, I think they want to stall just a little bit, give some time for Sunshine to get in position, but it's definitely fightable. I don't know if it's winnable, but they could try to go for a steal. They could take this fight to Blacklist International. We've seen teams get wins with bigger deficits, and TNZ gonna hold the front line. Alien also starting to scale a little bit, finally getting some items locked in. We're starting to see the damage come from that CC. The person they need to watch out for, though, Yue. One big Molina blitz could cause destruction for the side of Fireflux here. Sensui gonna start zoning away. Haji still has the blessing ready to go, but Road to the backside. Uses the heavy spin with the IMU, trying to split him up a little bit. Yue pops the passive, just trying to get away. Sunshine finally comes in with a blazing duet, but takes a face full of damage, and Oheb goes down. Fireflux collapses on top of them. The Lord still up, down to about 10% of TNZ, trying to get the better side of it. Can he make a Sensui? Dashes in. Rosa finds Edward, and the Lord goes down. TNZ able to take it. Fireflux with a 4-man wipe. They've turned the tables and taken the game into their hands, but Yue looking for the outplay, does find Alien and may get away here to the mid lane right now.
Rosa
gonna be able to take a tower. Rosa coming down. The outplay. Yue, he does it every time. This man is a god.
What in the world? Nobody can stop the Nana. It is just one after another dropped right there, Trex. But I personally think Fireflux did come out on a little bit on top here, right? They're going to be able to utilize this Lord again to have a little bit of breathing room. Blacklist now. They know that Fireflux has come to fight. The gold lead is now leading in their favor. This is insane.
I mean, Sunshine also just picked up the Wind of Nature. He hasn't taken a single death, and before that Lord fight started, I wanted to mention that he's kind of been their saving grace. He's been away from the team for a while, and he has been able to scale, and that's been his job. Just get some gold up. Same thing with Alien. Yes, Alien's taking the 4 deaths, but Alien is back in the game and causing mayhem. Fireflux with a 2k gold deficit have now taken the lead by 3k and taken away more towers.
And that is what the shutdown is there for, right? Shutting down you was probably the best thing that Fireflux could have done. Though we could see how just crazy the Nana is. Again, I think Fireflux is responding very well. They were struggling in the early, but again, I noticed that they were picking up a decent amount of items that would counter the healing that Haji is going to bring into it. Can he keep the Ube strat going? Fireflux is they're responding very well to it. And dude, that fight at the Lord could have leaned either way. And I think it all came down to Sunshine flanking there, right? And Blacklist tried to respond to it, but it wasn't enough. And again, what was it? Sensu jumped into the Lord and then I think ended up dying, and it allowed TNZ to secure that Lord. And now Fireflux has control over the Land of Dawn.
They do, but just like Fireflux was able to win a fight at a deficit, Blacklist could do the same thing at any moment. The only bonus that Fireflux has here is this time there's no huge set potential from Haji. When we look at the case of CC, it's going to come down to Sensui getting a pin, which is tough to get a pin against multiple people. Yes, it could happen, but as long as Fireflux stays out of the bottlenecks of the map, they should be okay. Next, it's going to come down to Yue, either getting some big stun with their skill 2, getting the stun into multiple members, or a huge Molina blitz. It's definitely going to be tough for Blacklist to pull something like that off, because without that, Fireflux may be able to kind of control these battles now that the gold is in their lead.
That is true. And I think they might have to utilize Edward a little bit here, right? And we can kind of already see that they're attempting to do that. Is that split push capability, the speed. But look, I think they're anticipating Sunshine's rotation, and we might see a pick here under the Claude in the right lane.
Oh, he knows.
They're kind of feeling it out. They're feeling it out.
He knows. He set the BMI up. He's like, I smell Edward. But wait, Sensui taking a huge amount of damage. Alien is starting to hurt. I don't think Fireflux wants to rush this. They want to make sure their macro is good in the mid and the bot side. We are seeing Rosa start to rotate down as well. Maybe they're going to look up for a pick onto Edward here. Excited to see how it goes.
Might.
2 members on the bot side. Edward all alone this time. Rosa there as well. They're going to look for the Terrify. Edward making the great escape up to the top. Back in the turtle pit, though. The fight is happening. Blacklist knows you're down 2 members. We're going to go for this. Alien there. Try to defend. Putting a lot of damage onto Sensui. Sensui taking shots from the Lord as well. A nice Molina Blitz. Does not connect. But there's the I'm Offended onto multiple members. Haji finally forced to use the Blessing of the Moon. Able to heal up. But Sunshine still there as well with the Blazing Duet. Trying to take that heal away. Oheb goes down. He's the first to drop. Second will be Sensui. Yue forced to use the passage just to get away. Rosa there trying to take them down. 4 members drop. Nothing but Haji left on the map. And Rosa doesn't want to let him get away. Haji all alone. Rosa's going to go for it under the tower. 1 more hit. Rosa not able to finish it. The heal still there, but Alien's here to help out. Fireflux not going to try to close the distance. Alien jumps into the base. They've got 1 cannon minion, and it's 15 seconds on the clock until Blacklist International has another member on the field. Fireflux, they don't want the tower. They want Haji first. Fireflux will take game number 1.
My God, you can hear the stage go crazy right now. That